Well, Jack, welcome back to Australia for, I don't know how many times you've been in this country now.
A long time, a lot of times.
Yeah, first time was around 1968, I think.
62.
62. That's how well I researched, isn't it? But the golf course out there, are you happy with what you've achieved?
I think the golf course is good. I think it's just a modernization of what we had before.
Sure.
It's not a huge change. It's just a different look.
Right. You seem to have blended things into the natural scenery with the greens and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, a little bit more than we did the last time.
Yeah.
Like when I did the golf course before, Kerry wanted the golf course to look a lot like Muirfield Village, and that's what we did. And I think we did a little bit more of a native landscape look
Yes.
to this, a little bit more today, which I think is probably sandy property, probably a little bit more appropriate.
Sure. Right. Well, you speak of Kerry, and your association with Kerry goes back to 1975, of course, when we came here for the Open, and won a fourth Australian Open on that occasion. And, just what was your relationship with Kerry? Was he a good friend of yours, wasn't he?
Well, he became a good friend. I mean, I met him here at the Open, at the Pro-Am party. Is where I met him, and then we just fostered a relationship. Started spending some time together, and he wanted me to do the golf course here, and he became a member of Muirfield Village, and then became a founder member at Bears Club in Florida, and when he changed the game of cricket, we came over and
Yes.
worked with him and did his pitches for
Yeah,
him.
that's right, yes.
Yeah, we did all that.
That was Luke, wasn't it? Brother Luke that did that, or Fred Bolton?
No, I'm not sure who did the work.
Yeah.
Ed Edges was the guy who was sort of our agronomist who was in charge of it.
Yeah.
And we had, we just spent time together. We hunted a little bit together, we fished a little bit together, we played golf a little bit together.
Yeah.
And we had some common interests that were mutually beneficial to both of us.
Kerry had the vision that this was to be the home of the Australian Open forevermore. Unfortunately, I think in a lot of ways that it didn't become that, because I think golf in this country may well have progressed further than it has now, because we had this signature tournament, what you once described as the fifth major. I think you'll be. Yeah.
Well, in those days, we looked at it that way.
Yeah.
And I think that, if you take the major championships and look at the one, probably from the world's standpoint, gets the greatest amount of attention, it's Masters.
Yes.
And because it's the same venue every year.
Exactly.
And you're expecting the same thing people used to see on television, they look forward to seeing on television. They love the beauty of it and so forth, and this could fall in the same category. If you wanted to grow the Australian Open, I think that Kerry's vision would be probably better to do that, but maybe it shouldn't be the Australian Open, maybe it should be whatever you want to name it, but it should be something that brings the players to one venue every year.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, right. What are your favourite memories of the Australian Open? Which was your
Winning
favourite?
them.
Winning them, yeah, but which was your favourite? Do you have
No,
a
I
favourite?
don't have a favorite. I mean, I don't think it's like, who's your favorite child? It's a very difficult question to answer. I won 6 of them. I won the Lakes in '64, and then I went out and won Lake Carina, and I won at Royal Hobart.
That was a big year. You won by heaps there, wasn't it?
I won by quite a few there.
Yeah.
And probably the best stretch, 71, I had best stretch. I think I won.
Dunlop International.
Yeah, I won my
Australian Open. You won Dunlop International by 8, I think.
Yeah, I won the Hobart by about the same, something like that.
Yeah.
And then I went on and won the World Cup by the same number too the next week. So I had 3 weeks in a row where I won by about 7 or 8 shots.
Yeah.
So that was a pretty exciting run for me.
And the 78 one, you suffered the injury playing tennis,
Well, we
an
didn't-
intense game of tennis.
Well, we fished, and I caught this huge marlin, and still the largest marlin by
385
measurement.
pounder approximately, wasn't it?
What's what?
385 pounder.
No, it was bigger than that.
Bigger than that?
It's the largest black margin by measurement we ever caught. It was out of the water about 12 hours. And it went 13:58 when we waited.
Yeah, right.
So that's a lot. And that was a big fish, and I was all sore from that fish.
Yeah.
Came down here, hurt my shoulder playing tennis, and then I went on and ended up winning the golf tournament. So
But you never did come back for the Melbourne Cup the year after you won it, did you? because they use
No,
that horse drug on you.
Yeah, that's right. I used that butazole, that's exactly
Yeah,
what I used.
that's right.
And, it's been, some great things have happened to me down here, I enjoyed it. And I guess the last time I came back to play was what, 82 maybe?
82. That's in the Open, when Shearer won.
Yeah, that's what I won here.
Yeah, but you've been back for the bicentennial and the Australian Masters.
Oh, I've been back and played, I played an odd tournament, but I
Yeah.
never, that's the last time I played the Open.
That's right, exactly. You talk about Black Marlins, and I understand you're heading off to New Zealand to do a bit of fishing.
Basically all I do is fly fish now.
Yeah.
I'm going to the South Island to go trout fishing. But, I do that, I've done that for years, and I continue to go back. But I enjoy that, but most of my saltwater fishing now is all fly water fishing. It's fly saltwater fishing. It's flats fishing for bonefish or tarpon or permit or something like that, which are fish that we have over our way.
Just one last question. Can you be persuaded to come back next year for the Australian Open, not as a tournament player, but maybe in some role?
Oh, you have a hard time. You have a hard time getting me back to sea golf tournaments. I'm pretty.
Just as a sort of to show the kids of this world who've grown up idolising, say, Tiger Woods, whereas you inspired so many players, my generation and beyond that. You were their hero. You were my hero. I've got to say that. Just to show, some of the youth of this country, the great Jack Nicklaus.
Well, they really wouldn't see it. They need to watch a film for that. They're not going to see much out of me anymore. But I don't know where I'm going to be in this part of the world or not. I would say chances are probably not very good. But
it's a nostalgia.
You never say no.